This is Passengers United.
Good evening, everyone. This is Passengers United, and hopefully you can all see me. I'm trying to do my best here. So, guys, we have some exciting news for all of you. We have a survey that we're working on, and every day, all of you reach out to us on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, and we're so excited and honored to be helping you guys every day. So, we've developed a feedback survey, and basically, it's just a survey to let us know how you feel about our services offered. This anonymous survey will help us design events and programs to serve you better in the future. So, guys, please feel free to share, be honest and be direct, and please give us all the information that we're asking you for. So, first, some demographic information. What zip code do you live in? So, you can put your zip code in. So, why don't we put in 1003? Which is 14th Street. So it's 1003. That's the zip code for the Lower East Side of Manhattan. And then what borough or regions do you typically commute in between? So for example, if you live in Brooklyn but work in Manhattan, you would select both Manhattan and Brooklyn. But if you live and work in Brooklyn, you would only select Brooklyn. That makes sense, right? So we have Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, Staten Island, Nassau, Long Island, Suffolk, Long Island, Westchester, Rockland, New Jersey, Connecticut, and other. Now, guys, you notice how these boxes are square, which means it's multiple choice. You can pick as many places that you travel to or typically commute in between. All right, let's move to the next one.
I think we have to.
Oh, yeah,
answer
Jack's
this.
gonna pick it in, Manhattan. All right, the Bronx, very good.
Just for the sake of this demonstration, we're gonna do that.
What is your age? Under 18, 18 to 25, 26 to 60, 60 to 75, above 75. I prefer not to say, you have that option. And guys, if you notice the circles, you can only pick one in the ovals. Which race or ethnicity best describes you?
Yeah, one thing I do want to mention about these demographic questions is that you do not have to answer these if you do not feel comfortable answering them. So don't feel obligated to put anything in. If you don't feel comfortable, just put in, I prefer not to say, and we will not judge you on that. So for the sake of this demonstration, I'm gonna put 26 to 60, then we ask for the race or ethnicity, and that's basically self-explanatory right there.
Right, and as you can see, these are circles, so you can only pick one. But you can also say, I prefer not to say, or you can pick other. What is your annual income? Is the next one. And you can put in your annual income. Note, if you decline to answer, please enter not applicable or I prefer not to say. That is your choice. You don't have to tell us that. But guys, I want you to know this survey is anonymous. So, it helps us the more information you give us. Which of the following best describes you? Choose all that apply. Student, K to 12, student, post-secondary, senior citizen, person with a disability, veteran, returning citizen, single parent or guardian, none of the above. I prefer not to say. And in this case, you can choose all that applies because it is a square.
So, but then again, if you do not want to put that in, you do not have to. Let's say you're a returning citizen coming from jail or prison, don't want to admit that in the survey, you do not have to. Only put in the information that you feel comfortable putting in. Even though this is anonymous, it is all up to you.
And remember, guys, it is anonymous, so I'm gonna know who it is. All right, so let's keep it moving. Do you live in a transit desert? Transit deserts have inadequate access to public transit. It's either a yes or a no, and in this case, you can only pick one category because it's a circle.
So for the sake of this one, let's just put no.
How do you typically commute daily? NYC subway, local bus, commuter rail, LIRR, Metronaut, NJ Transit, commuter bus, MT bus, New Jersey Transit, Academy, etc. Path, personal car, personal van, personal truck, personal bike, bike share, city bike, etc. Car service, Uber, Lyft, etc. Taxi, carpool, walking, paratransit, example, accessoride, I don't commute, other. And you can pick as many, because it's a square, you can pick as many choices as you want.
So with this one, we're not just appealing to people who use mass transit, we're appealing to everyone. We want your feedback on our services. We're supposed to represent you. And we want to make your commutes better. So please, again, answer honestly, don't feel ashamed of anything. And everything that you put in here, remember, will help us with our programs and helping serve you better. So for the sake of this, given that I do commute using many of these modes. This is true. And also, if you don't commute, let's say you are bound to your home, you telecommute. You can just put in, I don't commute. Same thing with the next question. How long does your commute typically take? If you don't commute, that's perfect. You don't have to, you can click on I don't commute. But if you do commute, please answer this honestly. Please let us know how long your commute takes so that we can have a better understanding of your demographic and your commute routine so we can actually advocate better on your part. So for this one, I'm going to choose 30 minutes to an hour. That typically tends to be my commute, but when you're answering it, you'll be choosing whatever is most applicable for you.
Generally speaking, do you feel safe while taking public transit? Yes, all the time. Only during certain parts of the day and or in certain areas. No, I don't feel safe. I don't take public transit. So in this case, you can only answer one category because it's a circle.
Yes, so I'm gonna choose this one. This tends to be what many people would be putting in. And this question in particular is one that is not mandatory for this survey. Of course, we do encourage you to answer as many questions as possible or best suit you and your commuting needs. But if there's a question, there are some questions on this survey that are not mandatory, and the majority of those, there are not many of them, but where they are, they probably pertain to as a follow-up to another question. And you'll probably see that going forward. And then here's the next question.
Oh, sorry. Okay, overall, do you feel like your public transportation needs are being met by the MTA, Metropolitan Transportation Authority, city and state? You can pick either yes or no. And that one.
We're probably gonna get a lot of no's, we're gonna get some yeses too. That's my projection, but ultimately we will see once you fill out the survey.
Okay,
So once you complete part one, this is all part one, the demographic information. You're gonna click on next, and this is the really important stuff. This is what you're really taking this survey for. This is what helps us improve our programs and let us know what's working, what's not working, everything that we need to know to help serve you better.
how did you find out about Passengers United? Search engine, Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, other paid social media advertising, Facebook post to group, Twitter post, Instagram post to story, other social media, email, radio, TV, newspaper, word of mouth or other. And in this case, I believe you can only pick one because it's a circle, correct?
Yes, so we are asking for how you originally found out about us.
Now, I have a question. What if it's more? Can they just pick other and just put it in?
I could change that if we did want to go in that direction. In this case, how did you originally find out about us? So in that sense, you would probably only be hearing from one particular source.
Okay,
So,
but I'm sure people have
Yeah.
heard about a word about for all, because
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's been busy. All right, guys.
that too. So whatever, again, whatever best suits you. And I think ultimately this helps us. Let's say we do end up having
And is there a way
outspanners,
we
so
can
to
make
speak.
this into a square? So people can pick multiple?
I could, I just want to make sure that when people are answering this, we're gonna get the most honest answers.
Oh, okay, all right. And
So,
me and Jack worked on this. We spent what
yes, we
hours
did.
working.
Oh, yeah,
We've been doing a lot of behind the scenes things, guys. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
shocked.
So I'm gonna choose word of mouth for
Yeah,
the demonstration. And again, please answer all of these honestly. I'm gonna say that over and over again with the forthcoming questions.
okay, how has Passengers United improved your commutes? Wow. Choose all that apply, or if none, or none, if none apply. Okay, they have responded to me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, etc. They have advocated for my safety needs. They have spoken up at MT board and committee meetings. They have spoken with elected officials. They have hosted workshops on behalf of commuters like me. Example, for the Queens Bus Network redesign or transit safety, also for Brooklyn. Guys, we held the first Brooklyn event as well.
Yes, we
So
did.
that's something that's a big thing. They have saved MT budget cuts through their advocacy. Other. So guys, if you remember all the work we've done, and I'm sure many of you have, you know which ones to pick.
Got that right. So. Again, this is one of those questions I was talking about before, but again, please choose these honestly and let us know your true opinions here. So for the demonstration purposes, I'm gonna choose this one. This is true for me, and we're gonna go on. So the next set of questions is basically asking, how would you rate the performance of the
Did we do this
executive
one?
team?
No, right?
No, we didn't do this one. And this goes on to again, be as honest as possible. Don't feel obligated to answer it any particular way. So the next questions are like, how would you rate the performance of the entire executive team? How would you rate Charlton's leadership performance? How do you rate my leadership performance? Our bus advocacy vice president, David.
And I do want to say, guys, we're all volunteers. Just keep that in mind, guys. We cannot be everywhere, but I think we've done a better job than the paid organizations. I'll just put that out there. But
then again, please choose these honestly. These are all on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is excellent. 1 is you really hate us. So please, again, answer honestly.
okay,
So,
how would
for
you
the
rate
sake of
the performance of the Passengers United executive team as a whole? 4 is 1, 10 is excellent. How would you rate Charlton D'Souza's leadership performance? 4 is 1, excellent is 10. How would you rate Vice President Jack Nirenberg's leadership performance? 1 is 4, 10 is excellent. And then how would you rate NYC Vice President of Bus Advocacy, David Kufelberg's leadership performance? 1 is 4 and goes all the way, 10 is excellent.
yeah.
So
and the reason why Davis is not mandatory at the moment is because of how new he is to the team.
no, but
I've
he's
been
been an advocate. Everybody knows him. He's been
Yes.
going
So
to the
please
meetings for
answer that
years.
question,
Yeah.
even though it's not listed as mandatory on the survey itself, please answer it. Obviously, you know Charlton, you know me. So-
David, I can tell you, he knows his stuff, guys. He's been doing this. He's been attending the meetings as long as I have. He's been attending meetings since 2006, even before that. So David knows his stuff,
Absolutely.
and that's the type of expertise and level we need at Passengers United. We need people who know their stuff. That's all I'm
Exactly.
gonna say. All right, let's keep
Alright,
it
so
going.
for the sake of demonstration, I'm just gonna go ahead and click this for all of them. Ultimately, we're not gonna be submitting this survey, but you see how it works. The next questions are on our programs and how successful they have been. And
How would
please,
you
again,
rate-
answer these honestly.
How would you rate our bus network redesign workshops on Zoom and in person? They were very successful and had a huge impact. They were somewhat successful and had some impact. They were not successful and had little to no impact. The campaign efforts by our competitors outweighed our impact.
So again, answer these honestly. Do not feel obligated to say anything.
And guys, I do want to say competitors. So what do we mean by competitors? Unfortunately, Riders Alliance came in Queens. They put up bus shelter ads all over the place, telling people to support the Queens bus redesign, faster buses and all that crap. Guys, I'll just let y'all believe what y'all want to believe. That's all I gotta say.
That too, ultimately, how do you feel about our services as they pertain to you, the individual, the commuter? So please, again, answer these as you see them. So I'm gonna choose that for the bus network redesign workshops for demonstration purposes. Obviously, your selection may vary, and the same question goes for the Subway Safety Second campaign.
Wait, you just skipped the question.
Yeah, it's the same question as the other
Okay,
one,
but do
or
we
very
want to
similar.
read?
So ultimately, you're choosing whether, in your view, the Subway Safety Second campaign has been very successful, has a huge impact, somewhat successful in some areas, while not as much in others, not successful and had little or no impact, or again, our competitors outdid us on that. So the next question, how would you rate our marketing, brand campaigns, and identity? That's another 1 to 10 question. Either you think it's fantastic or you really hate it. Please let us know. So, for the sake of the question, I'm just going to choose that.
Okay, so which of the following transportation services do you think we are covering and advocating for satisfactory? Choose all that apply. MT New York City Subway, MT Local Bus, MT Express Bus, Metro North, Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit Commuter Rail, New Jersey Transit Bus, New Jersey Transit Light Rail, PAC, Nice Bus, Suffolk County Transit, Beeline, Hudson Link, RIOC, Roosevelt Island Bus and Tram, CT Rail, Shoreline East and Hartford Line, JFK Air Train, Newark Air Train, Access-a-Ride, other. And remember, you can pick multiple options because it's a square.
And we did try to put basically everything in the region, but if we didn't, if something else applies to you, you can click other
Yes.
and type in your own thing. So, for example,
Amtrak.
If you do take Amtrak, that's not going to be a popular one, I don't believe. But if it is,
Or
you
Peter
can
Pan
type in
bus.
Other, yeah, all that
Or
stuff, like
what's
all
the other one?
Greyhounds, Chinatown
Trailways.
buses,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. If we didn't list it, you can click other and you
Other.
can type it in yourself.
And we do know there's some commuters who I know were affected by Route 46 because the New Jersey Transit, I think it was they see service or something. We are aware of that. So yeah, guys.
And then again, this is a multiple choice question, so please let us know how we're doing with these. So,
Okay, do you think that Passengers United as a volunteer group has had an impact on your community? You can pick yes or no, and remember, it's only one choice, circle.
So this one I'm gonna click for the demonstration purposes, yes. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Compared to the other established nonprofit advocacy and lobbying organizations in the area, was already listed, how would you rank them compared to us? So with this one, it's another 1 to 10 scale. 10, of course, is we love them. 1 is they're god awful. And you would be ranking the other organizations, and those include Riders Alliance, Strap Hangers, Transit Center, the PCAC. All of those organizations basically are competitors, so to speak. And you would be rating them, again, be very honest. We want to know your opinion. Don't feel obligated to put anything particular down for these. So you're going to be rating them first or second, but you're going to be rating both them and us separately. Again, these are all the same 1 to 10 scale.
And I know I think one of our members who have filled this out had brought up a concern to me that we should have listed all the organizations and had like a row for each organization. That had been a suggestion that was made. So I don't know if there's a way that you can incorporate that into the survey.
That could work. Stay tuned. Ultimately, I mean, there are so many of them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a pretty
Just the major
competitive
ones.
market.
I would think
Yeah.
like strap hangers, RA, which does nothing, but anyway, I'm not gonna comment.
But then just make sure that you're answering this question fully. If you put in one row, you have to do the other as well.
Yeah.
And you have to put in both. So, for the sake of this question and the demonstration,
Do you think Passengers United has covered the disability community satisfactorily? Yes, no, maybe. And guys, again, there's only one answer for this, but there should be more or like other, or like there should be a common thing where people could leave a comment on that to make that better. So
That could.
And guys, we're gonna be fine tuning the survey. There's a lot of you are reading it and giving us suggestions. So we're actually getting suggestions about the survey, guys.
Absolutely. I mean, that's how equity works. I
Right.
mean, we're listening
We're
to
listening to
your
you.
needs. We're taking in community feedback. That's how you actually operate in an equitable way. We're making sure that you, the people who are filling this out, the people we're serving, are engaged fully.
Yes.
And we're coming to you. You're not coming to us. We're coming to you and we're helping you.
There you go, Jack. All right.
So we're gonna click
Yes.
yes for the sake of the demonstration.
Okay.
Next question.
How many times have you seen Passengers United in the news? Example, at crime incidents, breaking news about service disruptions, etc. Once, twice, which is 3 times, 4 or more times, never.
So again, if you don't know, just click the closest that you can get to. If of course, if it's 4 or more times, if you've seen us like 80 times, then obviously that would go there.
Would you be willing to make a donation to Passengers United as a nonprofit organization? Yes, no, maybe. Remember, there's only one category. Would you be willing to volunteer for Passengers United as a member, advocate, ambassador? You could pick yes, no, maybe.
And again, be very honest with these.
Yes. Do you think Passengers United has earned your trust and respect to represent communities with our professionalism and respect for those we serve compared to the other advocacy organizations in the area? You can pick yes, no, maybe, and remember, it's only one answer because it's a circle. And then,
Next question is a really important one.
yes, I wanna touch on this. What can we improve on in Passengers United to help serve you better? Choose all that apply, and in this case, you can pick multiple because it's a square. Visibility, communication, marketing, community outreach, management, volunteer training, ambassador training, self-help advice for transit riders, other. And you can always put in other, any suggestion you have. And then, are there any specific mistakes that Passengers United is making in your view? If so, what are they and how would you suggest correcting them?
So be very specific with these questions. I made them I made these mandatory deliberately to get you to really think about that and answer it as honestly as possible. What can we improve on? What are we doing wrong? And how can we make them better? And please be as detailed, as specific, put as much information in here as possible. It really helps when you actually give us detailed information that we can work with and incorporate. So for the sake of this question, I'm gonna answer both of them at once. That's another one. And of course, if it's not listed here, or if ultimately you don't see anything, you can put other and type in nothing or whatever you want to write. But when it comes to this question, please be very detailed and as specific as possible. So yes, and then you would be writing more stuff for the sake of all that. Like, so for an example, what can we put in here? Anything we wanna? think about?
So, a mentoring program for
Yeah.
high school students or something like that.
Be more responsive on Instagram. Always be as constructive as possible, because that's how we can improve.
Okay. What forms of social media do you typically use that involves Passengers United? Choose all that apply. Facebook, X, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Threads.
So again, it really helps us figure out where you're at so we can gravitate to you. So I'm gonna choose all of these. We haven't really gotten started on Threads. I think that's kind of dying out now.
Yeah, we're trying to do our best.
We're trying to, again, come to where you are. You should not feel like you have to come to us to be helped in any way.
Alright, Jack, next one, yeah. So, when you use our social media pages to stay informed about transit delays, incidents, etc., choose all that apply. Weekday mornings, weekday afternoons, weekday evenings, at night, weekends, holidays. Remember, you can pick multiple choices because it is a square.
And you can take all of them if you need to. If it's a square, you can choose all of them.
All of them.
As many as you need, or in this case, if you don't have social media, don't even answer the question. It's not mandatory. The only ones that are mandatory have an asterisk, which is basically this symbol right here. Not that, but this right here. That's how you know that a question is mandatory and you have to answer it.
All right, so how can we improve our social media outreach? You can put an answer there, whatever you feel you want to type in, any
Again,
suggestions?
If you don't have social media, you don't have to answer it if you don't know what exactly is going on, how we can improve it.
How can we improve our communication strategies and techniques? You can put that in there. What would you like to see from Passengers United? Be as descriptive as possible. You can put your answer there. As a volunteer organization without funding that has made a tremendous impact for commuters and that has received news coverage, do you feel confident that Passengers United can become an effective nonprofit organization to represent you and your fellow commuters in the tri-state area? You can put yes, no.
And that's a really important question.
Yes.
And if you do select no, we're hoping that you'll say yes, but if you do select no, please explain in the next question why you selected no and be as constructive and specific and detailed as possible in that,
Yes.
should you answer that way. And then, of course, the last question is there anything else you wish to let us know?
Exactly.
And that one's mandatory, and please let us know if there isn't anything, you can just click there isn't, or something to that extent. And then, once you're done, you click the submit button, and it just says, thank you for filling out this form, something like that. So that's basically it.
All right, guys, so thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. And again, guys, please share the word out with your friends, families, and colleagues about Passengers United. We need you to watch our YouTube channel. We have some wonderful programming there. And we also have different things on our Facebook page. We're always busy, and we will be doing more events. We're going to be out there. And we're always out in the community. You guys know me. I'm all and Jack. We're always out there. So thank you so much for believing in us. And guys, we are tired. If you look exhausted, we are, because we're doing a lot of reading, a lot of typing, and a lot of work behind the
Oh,
scenes.
yeah.
But
We're
again,
making everything better for you. You
Yes.
may not see us out everywhere, but we're doing stuff, and we're making sure that whatever we're gonna be doing is gonna be maximizing our potential and our ability to help you as much as possible.
right. And also to our board members who are working behind the scenes, we all are, guys. And we're just excited about this. We're definitely hyped up. We cannot wait to, just do all these different things with you guys. So we're working behind the scenes, burning the midnight oil, and this is Passengers United. Jack Nirenberg, Charlton D'Souza, thank you for joining.
Thanks for watching. To stay up to date with Passengers United, please subscribe and follow us on social media. Learn more about us at passengersunited.org.